Good morning, YouTube. Hello, subscribers. Happy Friday. I am back on the road. My truck is repaired. She's fixed up. She's ready to roll. She's rumbling to get on the road. So this is my load. I've got a load of I-beams. It is going from the Dallas, Texas area, going up to Dorian, Wisconsin. Great paying load, going 900 and something miles, paying 27 to the truck. I get 33% of that. So I'm getting roughly 990 bucks or something like that. So it's a great start to the week. 27 is a wonderful way to start off the week. My old trainee is gone. My new trainee is going to meet me here in Dallas, and we're going to rock and roll this load all the way up to Wisconsin. Going to do half of it tomorrow on Saturday, half of it on Sunday, and be ready to unload Sunday morning. So Securement. What should I do for Securement? This is what I'm going to do for Securement. I'm going to throw 2 straps within the first 5 feet of the load. Okay. I'm also going to put X chain in the front of the load to prevent forward movement. The X chain is going to help prevent forward movement. So are the 2 straps within the first 5 feet of the load. I'm also, from that second strap within the first 5 feet of the load, this is steel. So I am going to send a strap every 4 feet from there. So I'm going to have a strap every 4 feet on this front bundle. Then here I've got a third layer. So I'm going to throw 2 within the first 5 feet of this load to help prevent forward movement on that top layer. And then I'm going to throw a strap every 4 feet from the second of the 2 within the first 5. And then I'm also going to have belly straps, about 2 of them here, because I have 3 layers. I'm going to put it over the first 2 layers. I'm going to have a belly strap, so it's going to be going over the first 2 but not the 3rd layer. So that's what I plan to do. Hopefully I have you guys watch. Well, with the power of cinema editing, I am done putting my straps through the winches. I did the other side prior to me doing that super fast, speedy time-lapse video of this side of the trailer. And let me show you what I've done so far, you guys, and how I count the distance between the straps. So I got a strap, 2 straps here within the first 5 feet of the load. So what does that mean? How did I figure that out? Here's the first part of the load, and it starts right here at this 2-inch hole. Okay, so the next 2-inch hole, there's a 4-inch, there's a 4-inch, there's a next 2-inch, that is 2 feet. The next one is 4 feet. So this one would be 6 feet. So somewhere in between here is about 5 feet. So I got a strap here and I have a strap there, which is both within the first 5 feet of the load. So I also told you I was going to throw a strap every 4 feet from the second load securement device within the first 5 feet. So here is that second device. So this is how I count it. Here's that 2-inch hole. I call this the landmark. I am 1 behind the landmark. Landmark, 1 behind it. So where's my next landmark? There. 1 behind it. That's 2 feet. Next landmark, 1 behind it. That's 4 feet. Okay. Next landmark, 1 behind it. That's 2 feet. Next landmark, 1 behind it. That's 4 feet. So on and so forth. 2, 4, 2, 4. Now I'm on to the next bundle. Okay, I said 2 within the first 5 feet of the load. First 5 feet of the load is about here. It's 1 behind the landmark. So 2, 4. So I have 2 within the first 4 feet of the load here, which is 2 within the first 5, which will be fine. And then from here, I got 1 load securement device every 4 feet. Once again, we are 1 behind the landmark. Landmark, 2. Landmark, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. And we're at the end of the load. Just like that. So now my next step is I'm going to go ahead and throw my belly straps. I'm going to throw one either here or here, just going over the second tier and under the third. And I'm going to throw another one right around here, coming this way. And that way there's 2 belly straps, one towards the back, one towards the front of this back side of my trailer here. And then after that, I'm going to put some edge protectors on, then I'm going to go around and tighten. All right, so I have my what is it called, belly strap thrown there, and the belly strap thrown there. One towards the beginning of the load, one towards the middle to the back of the load. I got my edge protectors all laid out for me. I'm gonna get up on top of the trailer and get those all lined up. So now you get to see super fast me again. All right, so speedy little me has the edge protectors on all my straps. Whole lot of straps, whole lot of edge protectors, but that's okay. It's gonna get safely down the road. I've got 990 miles to drive with my trainee. It's going to be safe down the road. That's the important thing. And why do I have edge protectors? I mean, my straps are not going to damage this steel whatsoever. Yes, but the steel could damage my straps. So the edge protectors are protecting my straps, not the product. So different reasons why to use edge protectors. One, so your straps or your chains don't damage the product, or in this case, your product doesn't damage your straps or your chains. So that's what's going on. I am gonna go around, probably speedy old me, tighten these all down, and then I'm gonna put up my X chain, and I'll do a little instructional video on how I'm gonna do that. All right, so I went around, tightened all my straps, as you guys saw. They are all playing beautiful music. After I did the tightening that you guys saw, I went around one more time and put some extra cranks on it using more of my body weight, because when you have really long product, when you tighten one side and then you go around to the other and you tighten it, it sometimes loosens up the opposite side straps. So I went around one more time after shutting off the camera and putting some more cranks on it. So now it's time for extra forward movement protection, doing a chain binder. What's needed for using a chain binder? I'm going to use a chain binder, but I'm doing an X chain. What's going to be needed? It's going to be 2 chain binders and 2 chains, not the wrapper, literally 2 chains. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to make sure I use my chain pockets. I want this first chain to be here. It's going backwards a little bit from the product. I don't want to go, I mean, there's no chain pocket here, but I don't want to have my chain coming up this way and being at an angle going forward. No, I want it pulling backwards a bit, so it's pulling back away from the front of the truck. So let me put you down so I can hook this in. Oh, you got a big old bright view of the sun, I'm sure. I'm sorry. Okay. Going down like that. So now I'm going to pull this up. This chain, this is going to be way more difficult than I thought, holding the camera, but it's okay. All right, I'm going to pull this up. Pull this up. Pull this up. And I'm going to want something along these lines. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to tighten up. I'm going to have the chain hooking up into the bottom of one of these 2 here, maybe even this one, going up at an angle and covering the 1, 2, 3 of those, and I'm going to have it pulling backwards. So this chain, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put it here, pulling backwards. And I'm going to want it to come up at an angle this way. Man, I hope you guys don't get motion sickness. If you do, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. So there, now you guys see the gist of it. There's an X chain in the front of this product. All right, so now I'm going to get chain binders, and I'm either going to put them in the back, pulling my chain backwards, or I'm going to have them up here just tightening the slack. So I think for video's sake, I am going to have them pulling backwards a bit. So let's see. Let's see if this will work here. Let me put down my camera. And actually, this is the top chain. So I'm going to do the other side first. What do I mean by that? Whoa, settle down, chain. This chain is going over this chain. So I want to tighten this bottom chain first. I want to tighten the bottom chain first. So let me grab my chain binder. I'm gonna walk myself over here, and we're gonna try this chain pocket here. Let me set you guys down. There is a little piece of wood here. Let's see if that balances. It does not. So you guys are gonna get up close and personal. Pull on it a bit. There's not a whole lot of room here. I could do this from the ground. I'm not too tall to do that. But this might be able to hook it in. I might go to the ground. Much safer. Much safer from the ground. Alright, I'm going to pull on the chain a little bit. Get the chain binder nice and tight as well. Pull on the chain as much as I can. That's about as far as I can get it. Alright, I'm going to go to the ground where it's going to be safer for me to tighten this. It might be a little bit of a reach, but it's way safer to be on the ground than up on the trailer. Okay. Down on the ground, I'll put you guys here. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the chain. Now, that way this doesn't keep on twisting, what I'll do is I'll pull this one as far as I can, and I get creative to where I'm gonna put it. Can't quite reach that, so I might hook it up back to the top of the chain, so that way my chain binder doesn't keep on twisting as I tighten. Okay, I'm back. So, all right, she's nice and tight. That is one chain. Nice and tight. Let's see what I've done. There we go. Nice and snug. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the second chain. Let's see if I could do this all from down here instead of getting back up there. We'll see. So from here, that was close. On my tippy toes, yes. I'm on my tippy toes. On my tippy toes. Try to give it some more, take out any more slack. I'm going to get up there and pull it tighter together. There we go. I think I took out a few links of slack.
About as far as I can go. Now that I'm still up here, I'm going to take this extra slack and I'm going to link it back to my chain. All right. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go and tighten the second portion of my chain binder up. X chain up, make sure it's tightening. It is. Alright, that was painful. So what happened was, one of my chain links became got loose somehow as I was tightening and just adjusted. And so as I'm tightening here and that adjustment happened, my ratchet handle came down, my thumb underneath it, and my thumb got pinched in between the trailer and the ratchet handle here. So my thumb's in a little bit of pain, probably just be a bruise, no big deal. Just like that, my X chain is done. Before my battery dies, let me show you guys the front of it real quick. And there you go. X chain is done. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hey, you know what to do. That's right. That's a beautiful one. Smile.